Oh boy, I just have a big smile on my face. We have reached the top 10 games of all time. These are my 10 favorite games in existence, and you know me. Oh, there's another one. Oh no. Where was I? At least 10 tiny spiders hatched all over my camera. Clearly it's been a busy week and I haven't moved it, but it wouldn't be a room and board video without some weird tangent. These are the best games of all time. These are the best games of all time, and they're not going to change until they change, and then you get a different list. But until they change, these are my official top 10. When I talk to people about my games, I say, this is my favorite game of all time. This is my 29th favorite game of all time. Trains, if you missed it. Honestly, I played Trains the other day and it could kind of shoot up, but that's neither here nor there. I love these games. I love these games so much. In fact, I love the top 60 games. And if you go back, I've been doing the top 60, and I know, I do it too. When YouTubers put out their top X amount of games, I don't watch them. It's true. I only watch the top 10 because only the top 10 are the best. But I love all of these games so much. And that's why I did a top 60, because I wanted to talk about that many games. I looked at my list and I said, that's the number of games I want to talk about, and that's why I chose 60 instead of 100 or 50 or whatever. But it's all been leading up to this. I know the apparent creme de la creme, what separates Barony, which was number 11, it used to be my number 10, 2 years ago. And these games, well, the whims of my board gaming desires. But I'm really excited. I'm really excited to talk about these. The reason why people get into doing board game content creation is because they love the thing. There are certainly better ways to make money on YouTube, but board games are a thing in which I have developed so much passion for, have given me so many great times. And I know if I pick any of these games, I'm going to have a wonderful, wonderful evening. And that's what it's about. It's about bringing community together. It's about sharing in our favorite hobby, and it's about ranking them so all the other ones feel bad. Let's get into the number 10, which is Revive. It's new to this list. It is new. Oh, there's another one. Oh, God. Where do they keep coming from? I should just refilm this and not tell everybody. But it's fitting. It's fitting. In Revive, you are sort of emerging from the earth. So all these creatures are doing. See, I don't. Whatever, I'm keeping it in. You're stuck here. It's the top 10. I can do what I want. I don't normally kill spiders, okay? I don't normally kill bugs in my house. I try to, save them or put them outside. Yes, because I'm an amazing, generous, kind person. That's the image I'm trying to convey to you right now. Honestly, a lot of it has to do with my reading of the book by a Predator now, and Antsy Boys, and talking about spider gods and whatever, and just but I don't know, spiders, they keep your house clean. Spiders eat all the other insects. And so generally I'll try to keep spiders, I'll keep a spider alive, or if I see a spider on a window, I won't kill it. I'll just kind of let it do its thing. I saw a big spider the other day, and now I realize its thing was to spew at least 20 little spiders all over my camera. Where are we? This is awful. This is the worst top 10, and this is forever, This is forever. I could cut it out, but I'm not gonna, because well, maybe you can laugh at my horrible pain. That's what I try to do for you all. But okay, let's talk about Revive. I'm excited about Revive, and I'm very excited about all these games. Oh man, I brought Revive with me on the contract. I haven't played it yet, but I'm excited to see what everybody thinks of it. God, I'm on high alert. I think I got them all, but I thought I got them all the last 2 times. Oh God. Okay, Revive is amazing. Revive is amazing if you chaining things together and extending turns. What I do for these top 10s, I'm not going to really tell you how to play the game and all the minutiae. I'll give you a little breakdown, but I'm just going to tell you about what I like about the game, because you've probably heard about this game before. You can probably look up a summary. It's pretty easy. I'm just going to tell you the things that I personally really enjoy and why it makes me want to keep coming back to the table over and over. If you want, I have a full review on Revive as well. I have a review on a few of these games, content on a few of these games, because naturally I enjoy these games. I enjoy talking about these games. But Revive, anyway, the theme of Revive is that you start out in the middle of the map, and you're emerging from the map. You're exploring the land. You're repopulating the land, or in fact, you might be reviving the land. You're doing that as one of 6 asymmetric factions, and you have your own tech board and tech tracks. Yeah, 1 of 6. There you go. You have your own tech board and tech track of things that you can do. So here, everything about Revive is so good. It's a game that I played the first time like 3 years ago, and it was one of those games that just friggin' clicks. It sings, it has so many combo potential, so much excitement that you can do, and it ends at the perfect time. You feel like there is a time pressure. You still feel like there is that efficiency pressure, which sometimes I don't like, but now that I'm better at it, of course I do. Essentially, anytime you put down a house or a structure next to a symbol, you will get to move up on that track for yourself. So this is essentially 3 tracks in just an interesting way. And once you pass certain spots on the tracks, let's see if I can zoom in. Like this player has passed the, well, okay, they've done this incorrectly. This is incorrect right now. Let's get a better board that's actually playing the game properly. Perfect. That's better. So you see gray has passed on the track this spot and this spot. They now have added in a new tech tile to there, and they give these as additional actions. So these lightning bolts give you additional free actions that you can do on your turn, and you can use them to boost yourself up. So the tech track potential in this is really fun. I also really like this aspect where, yeah, you're number 7 on the gray track, but you're number 0 on the green, so you have to get to 3 on the green in order to unlock this specific space. And so there's a lot of spaces that are tied into that, some that deal with points, some that deal with endgame, etc. Everything that you unlock also gets you points and puts you over here. The other fun thing about this player board is on your turn you can play a card, essentially, is what you're going to do. You're going to do an action or you're going to play a card, and you can tuck it in the top or the bottom slot. Now, if you tuck it into the top slot, you'll take the top part of the action. If you tuck it into the bottom, you'll take the bottom part of the card, right? See how these all have a bottom and a top? So I tuck it into the top. This is showing I get to take that action. I love multi-use cards in a game. Choosing where to put them is always interesting and exciting, especially because you can boost up the efficiency of it. So every time you put a yellow card here, you're also going to get 2 food. Or anytime you put a gray card here, you're also going to get 2 gears, right? I get so distracted by random setups that are inefficient because clearly, well, I mean, not clearly, I guess you're doing this for green cards, but why is this gray not, down here? Because you're going to be putting gray cards there. Anyway, it doesn't matter. That's not the point. The point is you can do a whole bunch of different fun combos. Also, the asymmetry is really fun. You're going to get your own asymmetric faction. There's this stupid little campaign in it. It says it's a campaign. It's not a campaign. Just ignore it. Or don't ignore it, but you can if you've played games before. It's a 5-game campaign where they just slowly introduce like 1 rule at a time or 1 extra piece, and they didn't really need to do that. I would have much rather they'd use those cards to give me more cards than doing that slow introduction, or there are 2 more complex factions that they're like, oh, now you can play the complex factions, or now you can play the B side of the faction. Sure, just like say in the rulebook, hey, it's recommended to do this. Don't like pump it up with a fake campaign. That was my only sort of downside of the game. I think it's very stupid, but I think some people might like it. It just doesn't work for me. I just would rather all the rules be in the rule book so that I can reference them later instead of keeping on a hold of all these stupid little cards where if I have to reference something later on down the line or I want to play with it, I'm like, oh, what was that rule? Yeah, it's not in the rulebook, it's just on a card. That to me is silly. But what do I like about this? I love the asymmetry of the factions. The factions all drive you towards a certain thing. You are incentivized to put out people on the board to unlock your faction's power. I love the cards that you have. You can stay with just your starting deck, or you can try to build in new cards. You can stay with your normal tech, or you can get more tech as you go through. Or you can do just a major exploration build, which you get points through exploring the land and flipping over the tiles and getting bonuses through flipping over the tiles. So everything you do gives you a good sensation. Everything you do gives you a great dopamine hit. And I think I love that in games where everything you're doing makes you feel cool and unique and separates you from the other player. And you're all getting points in this big mishmash until somebody triggers the end of the game. And the end of the game is triggered by these little alien skulls that you're collecting over the course of the game, which will reward you a variety of points depending upon your secret alien skull goals. It's like, oh, have 5 people here. It kind of directs your focus just a little bit, which is nice. It gives you that guiding light of like, oh, okay, I want to get purple alien skulls and I want to go to the far reaches of the map, because if I do, then every purple alien skull is going to be worth an extra 2 points instead of 1 point, right? It gives you some slight variability there, which is really fun. The artwork on the box is gorgeous. I wish the side of the box was a little bit better because I like to store things sort of vertically. And I wanted a blue color for this, but I just have the brown color. But that's, again, like another little nitpick. The variable setup of flipping over stuff on the board, the modular board, is really fun. There's a lot of iconography, so it is a little bit complex, but it just sings when you get it going. It really sings. I love this tech board. Oh yeah, there's the alien skulls points that I was talking about. Let's see if we can zoom in. Over here, right? Your orange alien skulls are worth 2 points for every one of these that you're sitting beside. White skulls are worth 1 point for every person you've put out, right? So you get a little bit of a variation in those goals. But yeah, it's so beautiful. Exploring the map is fun. Trying to get to the far reaches, which are going to give you your end game bonus points, is fun. Every time you hit a certain point on the score track, you get a little chest which has bonus resources in it. And so it gives you such a great flow of you just getting things and getting more things and getting more things and really letting that propel you forward. Love this game. It wasn't on my list 2 years ago because I hadn't played it enough, and then I've played it now, and I keep on playing it. I haven't played the expansion for it, but I probably will try it at a certain point. The expansion looks like it's one of my favorite styles of expansion, which just gives you more stuff. You know, you just get more factions, some more cards. I'll be excited to try it at some point in time. But yeah, Revive is fantastic. There's a reason why it's in the top 100 on BGG right now. Absolutely deserved. Aporta Games is a company to really watch out for, I think. I find myself being very surprised and very happy with the stuff that they produce. A real publisher to watch. All right, number 9. Number 9 is the same as my number 9 last year, I think, and that's Anachrony. I still love Anachrony. Anachrony is a variable worker placement with time travel. And the time traveling is really just a creative way of making loans interesting and actually integral to points. It's Anachrony and Brass that are the two games where I like taking loans. Oh no, there's another one. I'll tell you what I would do if I could time travel. I hate I hate that that's going to be the running theme. Oh, that's going to be the running theme of this top 10. Okay, it doesn't matter. I'm excited to talk about games that I love. Why do I love Anachrony? So many frickin' reasons. Anachrony seems a lot more complicated than it actually is. Now, if you add in a bunch of the expansions, it's going to get more and more complex. I actually haven't played with the expansions that much. I've played with a few modules, but I now own the Infinity Box, thanks again to Chaotic Neutral Scott. I just had the base game, but I love it so much, and, well, he hated it, so he's like, take this trash off of my hands, and I really appreciate it. But all that to say, the base Anachrony, great. Like, the base Anachrony is the thing that I play the most because of the additional complexities. Luckily, my friend Zach, he really likes Anachrony as well, and we're sort of playing through all the different modules, which, honestly, once I play, I should do a video on. I will do a video on all the different modules of Anachrony, what they bring, do a sort of in-depth video, and we can rank where they sit and where they sit and what we like about them. But knowing this, again, I'm a very much a base game style of guy, and I like putting these forward as the base game experience is something really, really good. So what's fun about Anachrony? You're seeing all these different mechs. That's an add-on that you can get. Oh, now we're friggin' deep in the weeds here. I just want one without the mechs because you don't need them. Okay, cool. We're gonna work with this as our visual aid. So Anachrony is a lot more complex. It looks a lot more complex than it actually is. Essentially, it's just a worker placement game. You have your workers. There's 4 different types of workers. One's a wild worker. And you're going to put them out on this main board over here. This guy. That's the main board right there. On any of those little worker spaces. Boop, 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 boop. Now, to go out into the world, you actually need your mech suits. And you see that everybody sort of starts with 3 powered up. Those little mechs that I'm dotting there. So you have to power up your mechs, you have to send your workers out to the main board, which is up here, and take a bunch of different turns. You can get more workers, etc. Then you're also going to be building on your own board, your own private board, where I'm highlighting right now, individual building spaces where you don't need mechs to visit. And so that's a lot of what I like about the game is you're creating, again, your own engine, your own tableau of things, special spots that only you can access, the engine that you're creating. I think that's always so fun to interact with. And that's the crux of the game, really, is going out and managing that. The other part of the game, too, is every one of your factions, they're all asymmetric. They have a evacuation condition. Because the premise of the game right here is that there's this timeline. And at some point, doomsday is going to happen, and then you need to evacuate the planet. So you know that doomsday is coming, and so you have to prepare going through all these different sections of the timeline until doomsday happens. You're gathering resources that you need. At the same time, on each aspect of the timeline, you're like, okay, I am borrowing some water from the future, and then at a certain point in the future, you got to go back and pay off that water. You got to send that water back, but you can borrow from yourself, right? You can really ramp up your own engine at the beginning so that you have the money to afford building all the buildings, and then use those buildings to create the thing that you then send back in time and create a time paradox in that way. I think it's just so fun thematically. And I don't ever really think about it in terms of the thematics of the game. It's very much just a Euro, but it's a good pitch. You know what I mean? What else do I love about Anachrony? Yeah, as you go back in time, you can research these different super projects, which are super buildings that you can put on your own thing. I love the asymmetry of the factions. I think that's really cool. There's variable end goals. Everything just cooks in a really, very much like Revive. I feel like Anachrony and Revive, if you like Anachrony, you might like Revive because there are a lot of inner working parts. I also just love variable worker placements, or variable workers themselves. Your miners get a discount on building things. Your scientists let you get the research tokens a little bit more effectively. Your administrators are better at dealing with people, because when you use your worker, they get tired, and then you need to wake them all up. And you can wake them all up by giving them water, or you can wake them all up by abusing them and saying, get back to work. And if you do give them water, well, their morale will go up and you'll get points. And if you don't, then the morale will go down and you will lose points. And if the morale continues to keep going down, people will just die. I think, again, the thematics of it are very funny if you are leaning into them. But the core of Anachrony seemed so complex to me, and then when I played 2 or 3 games, I realized, oh, it's not really that bad. I'm surprised this camera's even working anymore. Yeah, that's it for Anachrony. It's awesome. If you love worker placement games, you owe it to yourself to try this. Don't be intimidated by the iconography of it. Just remember, it's a worker placement game. That's it. You're going to choose how to power up your mechs. You're going to choose what workers you get. You're going to choose when to revive your workers. But if you focus all around it being that worker placement game, the mechanics should click pretty easily. On to number 8. Number 8 was number 7 last year, and that's because there's been some new additions to the top 10. I still love it dearly, and that's Massive Darkness 2 Hellscape. I think this is the best dungeon crawler ever created. I think it does everything that I could ever want in a dungeon crawler. And I didn't back the latest Kickstarter, but if you don't have, or it was on GameFound, but if you don't have the OG Massive Darkness, it was a great value pick. I do have the OG Massive Darkness, and I do have a bunch of extra characters, and so I still have a lot of content, and I don't need that additional content. I try to keep my content, again, very streamlined. But the fun about Massive Darkness 2, number 1 for me, comes down to the characters. Every character you get has its own little mini-game, and these mini-games aren't complex, but they're just fun. Even the Barbarian, which I thought would suck, because Barbarians are just kind of like, oh, who cares? You deal with rage, you're getting mad, you're going to punch things, who cares? Of course, we're never going to see pictures of things that I want. We're just going to see pictures of cool people painting cool things. Yeah, I guess we'll leave this up. Doesn't come with this 3D terrain, doesn't need it. Or you could have gotten it in the Kickstarter, but I didn't get it. I have the base game. I got the base pledge on Kickstarter, and it came with a bunch of extra things. And it's awesome. I love the character classes. So I have the base game. Any base box will get you 6 character classes, and then you can add in additional character classes. That was one of the benefits of the latest GameFound campaign, is they're like, okay, we took all the additional classes that are harder to find, we put them all into one pack, and you can get them. And I thought that was awesome for people who hadn't had a copy of the game yet. But yeah, the Necromancer can raise skeletons from the dead and get their own army of people, very Necromancer. The Shaman is balancing 4 different elements, or the Druid, I think, is doing that. The Wizard has its own little rondelle that they're playing of what magic powers they're activating. The Thief, or the Rogue, has their own bag building element where they're pulling tokens from a bag to give them extra buffs throughout the game, and they can customize that. And as the game goes forward, it starts out, you're level 1, but you will level up to level 5 and get your own skill tree. You'll get to activate different builds as you go through. Each class has like 3 different skills that you learn when you get to level 2. So you get one of those 3 skills. And so the choice there always feels fun. It feels great to level up your character. Massive Darkness also ends up being very easy. After you get past like level 2 or level 3, you've pretty much won the game. But interacting with the game is so much fun. I don't care that the difficulty is lessened. And that's strange for me. Usually in co-op games, I really like them to be punishing. I like them to be hard. I like there to be a large chance of failure, because then you're struggling against something and then it feels really good when you win. Massive Darkness, it's the complete opposite. If you don't get wiped out in the first 10 minutes, you're probably fine for the rest of the game, but you're still going to have to chuck dice and mow down monsters and take out whatever the scenario entails, and you're fine. Another one of my favorite things, so my friend Zach and I, we have a video comparing Massive Darkness 2 and Zombicide, and we talk about it for an hour. So I really could talk about this for an hour. I'm going to try to keep it light as to my favorite things. But one of my other favorite things of this is the forging mechanic. You'll see that you're getting these. You start with these basic. Oh, see, there's the rondelle, the circle of power that I was talking about for the wizard. You start with these basic items, but you will find forges throughout the map. So once you've collected all the loot, like all these guys are going to drop loot, if you make it to a forge, you can throw away 3 basic items and you can get a medium item. Or you can throw away 3 medium items, you can get an epic item. And so it really emulates that sensation of Diablo, where you're just getting tons of loot, and then you can use that loot to draw something special, right? I love that progression. I think that progression is so fun. It always feels exciting. It feels like you've earned your leveled up loot. It feels like you've earned those extra chests. Oh, it's friggin' great. I love the doors in Massive Darkness. When you open it up, something's going to happen. The events are always fun. Yeah, the only problem with Massive Darkness, and it isn't a problem, is that it's really easy. But I don't care. I don't care. It's just so fun. So fun to interact with. I love all the characters. It's great. Oh, the only other thing that sucks about it is Command sucks, and they didn't put in any token organizers. And there's so many tokens in this. So you'll need to create your own storage solution. I got most of everything that I would need from Massive Darkness into the base box. I did my own insert for that, just with foam core, created my own token organizer. You're going to absolutely need a token organizer, some way of doing this. But yeah, this was my best impulse purchase I've ever made. I impulse bought this because of Alex Radcliffe on Board Game Co., who was like, just do it, come on, even if you don't like it, you can sell it later. It's Diablo the board game. And I was like, yeah, I love Diablo the board game. Like, I looked into it a bit, but I really impulse bought this, and I'm very glad I did. And now I know there are so many people out there who watch this channel who will say, Chris just condoned impulse buying, and to you, I say, you were gonna do it anyway, so don't put that on my shoulders. Yeah, Massive Darkness 2, so good. My favorite dungeon crawler, absolutely. Look at that little forge, cute. The line of sight rules are easy, the mob managing is easy as well. There's enough variability in the monsters, and if there isn't enough variability in the monsters, there was this Massive Darkness 1 upgrade pack, which just gave you a ton of cards. Now, they're meant to go along with the minis from everything in Massive Darkness 1 that had a huge bloated Kickstarter, but I don't care about that. You can just proxy the minis. Just get the cards. Best add-on. So good. Yeah, okay, that's enough about Massive Darkness. I love it so much. A huge game. Well, you know what is an even bigger game? That's number 7, which is Dutch Blitz. I love Dutch Blitz. Yeah, I love Dutch Blitz. Anybody with good sense loves Dutch Blitz. The Whisperer loves Dutch Blitz. Hey, we all love Dutch Blitz around here, right? Thanks, Sean, because he lives in the darkness, but he is Sean a light. No problem, the Whisperer. Okay, sorry. God. Oh, Dutch Blitz is so good. Dutch Blitz is speed solitaire. Like, what do I love about Dutch Blitz? You know what I love about Dutch Blitz? I love putting on the My Hero Academia theme, You Say Run, and waiting for the beat to drop, and then playing a round of Dutch Blitz while this cool anime soundtrack is going on in the background. I love it. And if you haven't played Dutch Blitz that way, what are you waiting for? You got to do it. It's the best way to play Dutch Blitz, but anyway is a great way to play Dutch Blitz. There's a reason it's been around since 1960. If you don't know what Dutch Blitz is, you're just throwing numbers into a pile in the middle, and you're trying to get your numbers in ascending order, 1 to 10, but you can play on any numbers in the middle. So I put a 1 in, you can put a 2 in, I put a 3 in, etc. And you get your own solitaire style of stacking cards in this unfortunately homophobic game where girls can't go on girls and boys can't go on boys, but those just take the place of any suits. You can do this with any deck of cards. People call it nerts. as well. You just bring your own deck of cards, you take out the face cards, you're fine. You can't stack black on black or red on red. But here, right, I could stack this 8 onto that 9, and then clear a spot for my blitz pile, which has 10 cards in it, and I'm trying to get rid of those 10 cards. When you get rid of those 10 cards, you say blitz. You get 1 point for every card in the middle. You lose 2 points for every card left in your stack. First person to get to 75 points wins. It's just frenetic fun. I could play this over and over again. I started playing this once at 8 o'clock, and we were like, yeah, we're just going to play around. And then we finished at 4:30. It was, a beautiful, beautiful night. I absolutely love Dutch Blitz. It's never leaving the top 10, for sure. I'm making that call right now. Well, you know what? When I'm 100, because I plan to live till 111, because then I will have lived in 3 centuries. Now you know my age. Oh! Yeah, maybe when I'm 100 and my hands don't work so well, I won't like it as much. But you know what? My mother, who's not 100, and is actually very, very spry, loves Dutch Blitz as well. And she's very bad at it. She's not quick. But she loves it. She loves it. So, it's just fun. It's just fun. What more can I say? It's just fun. Okay, let's move on to number 6. Number 6 is a new addition to the list. It was not in my top 20 even. It was not even my top 50. But the more I play this game, the more I love it over and over and over. And that is Dune Imperium. Hey, it's number 6 on Board Game Geek, and it's number 6 on mine. Board Game Geek finally got something right. Dune Imperium, it's so good. It's so good. And I contemplated making this Dune Imperium Uprising. They're both essentially the same. Well, they're not, because I made it Dune Imperium. The reason why I think I like Dune Imperium more than Uprising is because I find Uprising has a sandworm problem. And people focus way too much on the sandworms. And I don't know. I still like it. I'll play either. It's Dune Imperium and Dune Imperium Uprising. They're both fantastic. What do I love about this? I love deck building and I love worker placement. And this has both of them done. And this has both of them in a way that makes me love the game instead of hate it. Because the game doesn't feel so tight that if you put one worker down, you've lost the game. Oh my God, that's grotesque. But there are a ton of different pathways influenced by the cards. I find the cards that you get really tailor where you're going. I love the battle system in that you're going to get rewards for becoming second. So I think that's what Dune Imperium Uprising does a little bit better, is that the rewards for second in the early game are better. And so you want to come in second versus just getting a half a point for coming in first. There are a lot of nice tweaks in Dune Imperium Uprising, especially to the board as well. And so I guess Uprising is the better version, but I would 100% play Dune Imperium as well. My main issue, here's my thing with Dune Imperium, and I say this all the time whenever I talk about it. When I first played Dune Imperium, again, the first 2 turns, I was like, yeah, this game's awesome. I'm going to love this game forever. And then I didn't really anticipate how random the intrigue cards were and how swingy they could be. And so I won my first game, but I won it by stealing an intrigue card from somebody who had too many intrigue cards. And I stole something that just gave me a point. And I was like, oh, I have the spice. I'll just spend it for the point, and I don't have to win this battle anymore. I win the game. And so it was a very anticlimactic game because I felt like I didn't earn it. I felt like it was so random because of the intrigue cards. And that really made my enjoyment of the game dip for a large portion. But now when I teach it, I make sure to sort of preface, hey, these intrigue cards can be really swingy. But they are important. They're going to give you good stuff. It's just a variety of good stuff. And putting everybody on that same page and same level was key to my enjoyment as well, and key to, I think, new players' enjoyment. And knowing that and locking that in, I go, okay, great. Now it's another factor. Do I go for this intrigue card, which might benefit me right now, but it might not? Do I take the resources and try to make a play this way? So it really helped me enjoy the game to a great degree. And then I've also had a lot of experience with it because of the World Series of Board Gaming. I've loved watching people play. I love that every game feels like it's up for grabs. There's so much happening. There's so much happening with these tracks. I love moving up on these tech tracks, and not really tech tracks, the alliance tracks, and getting points for doing so. And so you're given that pull of, okay, I want that point, but I don't really want to take that action. That action feels inefficient to me. So what is the call here? Do I do it just to try to get the point? Do I not? I love that concept of this game. All the cards feel fun to build into your deck, even if you only see them like 2 or 3 times. You do feel like you can have a cohesive deck build. You are still subject to the whims of your deck as well. If you haven't invested in the right symbols, you may not be able to go to those points or places on the board, and that can be very frustrating for people, but I like that restriction of it. I like the randomness that the deck building provides, and I think that inherent randomness gives all the randomness you need to keep every game super fresh and dynamic, and so that you're not just playing the same game over and over, but you are getting something new every single time. It's really good. This was a shock for me that it was up so high, but I like it a lot. And again, I like base games. So Zach, my friend Zach, has all the expansions. He's got X, he's got To Looks, or whatever it is. And those are fine. And we play with them whenever I play with Zach. But I don't feel like I really need it. I feel like base games are just fine. Like, look, Dune Imperium Uprising is also number 10. Like, Dune Imperium's number 6. People love this game. And I would always see it on top lists, and I would think, oh, that's basic. Everybody friggin' loves Dune Imperium. But there's a reason. There's a friggin' reason. And it's because the deck building's so slick. The battles are so fun. There's so much tension that can be held here. And so it had to be on the top. And I felt basic putting it on the top, but you know what? I'm a basic little bench. What can I say? I love Dune Imperium, and that's just how it is. All right, moving on to number 5. Number 5 is a big shakeup. Number 5, well, it's not really. I mean, okay, this is top 10 games. I say these things. Everybody's like, oh, it's a big shakeup. Like, whoa, what would you do? This used to be your number 2. It was my number 2. But you know what? I still love it. The point is, I love all these games. I love all these games in the top 10. They're going to shift around. I've just played this so much, and I wish I could get more cards and more expansions for it. And sometimes you can have a really swingy game. But I like a swingy game. It's Attack on Titan, the deck building game. 6.9 is friggin' stupid. Anybody, who can I yell at? You know what, Hambone, you're cool. Yeah, really tough game. Damn near impossible to win. Good luck. You know what? I win every friggin' time now. I used to think it was really hard to win. And that's what's so awesome about this game, is that it's so winnable. Like, I play it on a harder level now because I know how to win. But it is so insurmountable when you first start the game. It's like, what is going on? Zach loves Aeon's End. Aeon's End is Zach's number 2 game of all time. And Attack on Titan was lower. And Aeon's End has sort of replaced Attack on Titan for Zach, in that there's so much more content. There's so many different ways to build things. I still love Attack on Titan. I will play it anytime. Anytime I see a copy, or if anyone's getting rid of a copy, give it to me, or I'll buy it from you. Yeah, don't give it to me. Like, I'll buy it from you. Because I want to make sure that I have enough copies to give to people, because I love this game so much. So what do I love about it? What do I love about it? Well, it's the first thing that made me realize I love deck building with a board. This is my favorite part about this game. It's a tower defense. You know, the Titans are on the outside of the wall. The stuff that you can buy is on the inside of the wall. But in order to get that stuff, you need to have movement in your deck. And if you have movement in your deck, well, then you don't have as much power in your deck. And so moving around, like if I started over here with the cannon, right? Or if I started at this long distance scouting formation, I would need 1, 2, 3, 4 bits of movement to get to this cannon. And this cannon is huge. It costs 6 points, but it gives you 3 power, 3 buying power, or 3 attack power. And then you deal 5 damage to each archenemy titan in the district. So you can put a cannon here and shoot the big archenemy titans that have appeared over here. And it's great. It's great. It's a great thing. But what if I have drawn 5 power in my hand and I'm stuck over here and I didn't plan for where I wanted to be next? Or what if the Titans are moving in and I need to go and I need to attack those Titans, but again, I have no movement in my hand. And so balancing out the movement, which becomes less and less important as the game goes on and more important at the beginning of the game, but also power is very important at the beginning of the game. I think that's just so cool. I think it's so cool. It's something that I haven't seen in many deck builders, that you have this variable market that you have to run around. Actually, let me know in the comments what other deck builders do this, because frick, I gotta try them. I love that. There's been so many times where I'm like, yeah, I really need to go get Krista. I need to get Krista for purposes of the plot. But if I do that, I don't have the movement to run back and kill the Titan, or run back and put myself in this spot to take wounds so that the wall doesn't take wounds. Because if the wall gets destroyed, all the cards in the district get destroyed. And then also if all the walls get destroyed, you lose the game, right? It is a punishing game. It is very hard. Even though I said I'm amazing at it, it's still really hard. Like, I lost the last game I played. And I'm like, I'm so good. Ha ha ha. It's no problem. We got obliterated. So yeah, it's fine. I lost it. But yeah, it's just... oh, it's so good. It's so good mechanically, and then to throw on top of it being themed to one of the best animes of all time. The anime is so, so good. And one of these days, I will watch the finale with Zach. One of these days, I'm gonna get those lines. Um, one of these days it'll happen, and I'm still like so friggin' excited. Oh, it's like it's one of those things. People say that you don't ever want to. I know some people who never finish a game because they want the experience to continue living on, and I think that's it. I think I've rewatched the show so much, and I haven't watched the last episode because I just want to keep staying in this bubble. Maybe, or maybe it's just because Zach Brandon and I haven't set a time. We were close. We will watch it together. Maybe in October. I love this anime. If you want to watch the anime, get up until episode 5. And if you're not hooked by episode 5, if you're not going to be hooked, that's fine. But I think you're going to be hooked. It's friggin' great. And then, yeah, the downside about this is that I think it's out of print. So sorry to get you stoked about it. I think it's out of print, and I don't like talking about how good it is because then people, you know, me being the definitive board game creator out there, there are no other people whose opinions you need to factor in. It's just mine. And so I have a direct impact on the market. And I know we're going to see copies go for 300, 400, 7,000. And I don't want to do that. So that's why I put it at number 5. It's going down. It's down. It sucks. All right. Number 4 is a new game on my list. Number 4 is a new game. Number 4 is a game that I don't even own because I'm trying to get it for free. But I got the El Paso for free, and there'll be a review on that one coming up. And I think maybe by putting it this high on my list, maybe I can get it for free. I don't know. Honestly, it just hasn't been in stock. I have a gift certificate to a board game store, and they haven't had it in stock. And so when they have it in stock, I'm going to get it. And that's Great Western Trail, New Zealand. Oh, baby, do I love this game. Man, oh man. It's like they spent 10 years thinking about Great Western Trail and then put out 2 inferior versions and then released the creme de la creme. They knew that this was going to be the best one. They knew that everyone would want this one. And absolutely, people should play it. It is so, so good. It takes everything great about Great Western Trail and it just streamlines it in a beautiful way. Everything that this game does is amazing. There we go. On to the next one. What do I like about this game? Great Western Trail is a game that taught me to be efficient with my turns. If you can get good at Great Western Trail, you can get good at a lot of other games because you are isolating which actions you should take and which actions you should skip, even if those actions look like they're going to give you a lot of stuff. That's what Great Western Trail does in a nutshell. So Great Western Trail New Zealand just punches that up to the nth degree. My least favorite part about Great Western Trail is that you really have to specialize in one specific type of worker. You do. If you want to be successful, you're like, okay, I'm going builders. I'm going engineers. I mean, not really. If we look at the last World Series of Board Gaming final, Nick Henning came in second by using sort of a headless horseman strategy, which is just like pinging people in and then getting all the stations. So I guess it's possible, but it feels like you can ramp up. Like that's a real scrappy style of play that he was forced into because everybody else was doing the normal plays, which was going down the line and choosing builders or choosing engineers or whatever. In Great Western Trail New Zealand, I feel like you can dabble a bit more in everything. I still think you need to streamline now that I've played it a few more times because I've just played friends' copies, but it feels like it's a little bit more open. So what do I love about this game? I love the buildings. Everybody starts with the same buildings, but they're asymmetric. They're not asymmetric. They're randomized every game. You can flip them. There's an A side and a B side. I think that's really cool. I love this new shipping element where in order to unlock new spaces to deliver goods or to show off your sheep, because you're showing your sheep in this one, you have to move your boat and invest in moving your boat and like dropping things down and getting points in that way and really investing in like pushing your boat forward, locking down new spots. It will get you additional cards. That's great. I love that each sheep can be sheared as well. It's got 2 values on each sheep. I'm sure we'll get to one of them. You can see that this merino, when you show it off, it's worth 2, but when you shear it, it's worth 3. And so you can really invest in a sheep shearing strategy, which essentially gives you double turns or double deliveries, but you need to invest in the good shearing sheep. Like this one's only worth 2, but it's worth 5 shearing, right? And so choosing which sheep to buy, you're choosing, am I going to buy stuff for shearing or am I going to buy stuff for the standard sort of showcasing and delivery? I think that's so cool. These cards are incredible. You're getting bonus cards, which actually El Paso has a little bit of reminiscent of that as well. It really allows you to deck build. In Great Western Trail, you feel like you can deck build, but you can't. And here, these extra bonuses allow you to deck build because when you play them, you get the bonus and then you get to draw an extra card. So it doesn't take up space in your deck, it just gives you bonuses. And so having something where you can cycle through your deck, and you're encouraged to cycle through your deck even more because you have all of these extra cards that you can then push your tempo and push your engine and get a whole bunch of stuff, feels so, so good. The other thing, let's go back to, I think I was almost there, but we can go back to a general shot of the board to see it. Sure, we'll use this one. The other thing that I really love is over here, we have a way better worker market. So in Great Western Trail, the workers are a random cost. And so here, they're still random in terms of how they come out, but the less people are investing in the workers, the cheaper that they are. And I just think that balances it out so well. And then this down here is also amazing because this is the B tile market, and that's where you get a bunch of different bonus tiles. So you can spend your money on getting these B tiles. You can get wild random workers in here. You're using gold as a resource for this as you're getting gold throughout the thing. There's so many working parts. There's this little Wayfarer track, which gives you points as you go through. There's so much to interact with, but again, everything that you interact with feels fun. It's just a masterpiece. It's so good. It's so good. I need it. That's how I feel about this game. Turns me into Gerald or Gerald. I love it. Yeah. Even these. This is just part of the shipping track down here. Let's take a little peek-see. Bottom of your board, whenever you're putting out these additional, you can see it. You can see it with the mouse, right? Yeah. Okay. These additional things, when you clear one, you then get the bonuses. You get permanent sheep shearing, you get money. Everything you do gives you bonuses. It's great. It's great. I love this game. Man, oh man. You can see why it had to be number 4, right? Because it's just so friggin' fun. Everything feels fun to interact with. All the workers are great, and I just love that you really feel like you can be a jack of all trades, even if probably strategically you should just do sheep shearers. You should just do one type. But it feels different. Feels a little bit different. Because you can't just ignore the boat track, you know? You can mostly ignore it. But you can't fully ignore it. So at least there's that. There's that change. All right, on to number 3. Wow, the list is almost over, but the games just keep getting better and better. This has gone up 2 spots. The reason why Attack on Titan went down is just because I'm like, man, I just love Unfair. I love Unfair. I think Unfair is so great. I contacted them and I was like, yo, do you understand how much I love Unfair? I will sing it from the friggin' rooftops. So give me your newest expansion early, please, so I can review it. I mean, I would review it. I just want to look at the cards and I just want to have it in my collection before anybody else. What do I love about Unfair? Unfair, you're building another tableau. I love tableau builders. I really do. That's a real common theme throughout. Building your own unique individual tableau, stuff I love in games. You are building your own unique fair, your own unique theme park. You start with a main gate, and then you build these additional rides, and you'll add features onto those rides to make them worth even more points. I don't care about the features. You know what I care about? I care about the blueprints. Blueprints are objective cards that you are desperately trying to complete. And some of them are really easy, and some of them are incredibly difficult. And if you don't complete them, you lose points. So I think that's really fun. I love Unfair just for the friggin' theming of it. It's a game which feels, again, so tight at the beginning. You feel like you can't do anything. And then something opens up, and then you can do a ton. But the theming of it is you take a deck per player. They're going to have one deck for every letter of the alphabet. And you take one deck per player and you smash them all up. So you'll have different rides in each thing, different blueprints, different event cards. The event cards are huge in this game as well because they're super powerful and will let you do a bunch of things. I love the structure of this game in that the first 4 turns, you're getting something. The game gives you something because they know that it's hard to ramp up. And then in the last 4 turns, the game is taking something away. There are unfair cards that are affecting everybody at the table, which I think is very fun. Right, this is crop circles. Your park scores 3 extra stars for each unused attraction space. So you basically just score 12 points if you don't build anything, right? Having that come really early is huge. I love all the decks. I think all the decks are super fun. I love everybody gets 2 of these super attractions, which are mega powerful attractions that you can use and kind of center your build around. So that's great. I love the event cards. And here's the thing. Here's what people don't like about this game. And to those people, I say, you're dumb. There is an element of take that in this game. Yes. Take that is a very scary word. I don't like games that are only take that, because only take that slows the game. However, always or almost always more beneficial to take the benefit part of the event than the attacking part of the event, because that's just how attacking card works, especially in a multiplayer game. But you need the bottom part of the thing. We don't really need them. I've played this game so much without using them because people who I play with would be mad at me if I used them. But there are some decks, like the Alien deck, has one blueprint that's just worth 99 points because it's so hard to complete. And so if you see somebody going for that, you just be like, okay, I'm gonna destroy it. Yeah, I can't let you get 99 points. If I know that's what you're building, what am I going to do? I'm just going to sit there and not do anything? No, I'm going to destroy it. I'm going to do things to affect you. And so it gives that level of interaction in a game where sometimes if you haven't had a good hand to start, you could, I don't know, be super set up. It gives that tension. It makes people invest in defenses versus just being able to run rampant with their own tableau. And I think it's an integral part of the game. And so people who say that like, oh, it's got take that, it's no fun. Well, you're wrong, you're dumb, and change your opinion. Like, this is an insane card. This was a promo card for Gen Con, but it also shows mechanically exactly what I'm talking about. I'm very happy that I just turned to this slide randomly. It says, you get 4 stars, which is insane. You're going to get $4 every turn. And then you're going to get 1 extra coin for each guest visiting your park. So basically this is worth $8. But it said, and limits don't apply, so you can play it whenever you want. That's nuts. It makes sense because Gen Con is always over capacity and people still throw money at it anyway. But this is something where people are like, well, I'm going to have to spend things to close it so that I can go to my park and I can get the benefit of it for 1 turn, right? So it's meant to be passed around. It's meant to be affected. And there are a lot of cards in the game that are designed with that intention of, yes, this is meant to be destroyed, or this is meant to be blocked. And if you don't attack this, well, the other person is going to get a ton of stuff. And so then the other person has to invest in defending that thing, right? There's a balance to it that I think you lose a little bit of when you don't play with the bottom cards. That being said, I never use the bottom card. I will never use the bottom card. I don't, because the top part is just so good. But I like having the option. So yeah. Anyway, I think it's a great tableau builder. Super fun, super thematic, so tight to do things at the beginning. It feels so great to drop that super attraction down. It's themed in a really fun way. All the decks are great. I did it's a very poor video, honestly, because my mic wasn't working correctly and I was just doing the mic off of the camera. But it's ranking all the decks of Unfair, the best and worst decks of Unfair, of the ones that exist. But I don't care because I had fun doing it and I wasn't going to scrap the video because I love this game. I love talking about this game. I think it's so good. So if you want to hear about the different decks, check that one out. The base game is fine, and then the first expansion, and then the second expansion. But they're all great. I love all of them. Happy to play with anything. Unfair is number 3. Oh, baby. That means we have a new number 2, and maybe a new number 1. I don't know. Number 2 is a game that I've been playing a lot of recently. I've now played through all the expansions, which I don't know if I added this video to here. This is Everdell. Everdell used to be my number 3, and again, I was saying it could only go up. Did we add this? Yeah. This is me and Zach talking about everything Everdell. We have played through all the expansions. Zach has gotten all the expansions for Everdell, which is great because I've gotten the chance to play them all. And now I have played Farshore. They sent me Farshore. I'm going to do a review on that just to do my full thoughts. But spoiler alert, it's amazing. Just like Everdell is amazing. What do I love about Everdell? Somebody in the comments was like, I can't wait to see Seasons on this list. And it's not. Seasons is a game I played thousands of games on Board Game Arena, and it really probably should be on this list, but I didn't put it on because I forgot to put it on the ranking system, and Everdell exists. Everdell gives me everything that I like in Seasons, and maybe I just play Seasons online because I can't play Everdell, or because Seasons is quick. No, Seasons is a great game as well. It probably should be on the list. What do I love about Everdell? Everything. I love tableau building. It's a fantastic tableau builder. There's so many ways to cheat cards, to cheat paying for cards. I think that's really cool. I love the ability to build your critters for free if you have the right building. And you might really want to build a critter and you might not want the building, but you want to build the critter for free. So you invest in the building. I think that's really cool. I love racing for the goals. The interactions of these cards are some of the slickest interactions that I've seen in board games, especially in a tableau builder. There are so many cards that feel really strong as well. And I think that's so important when that 20% of the deck can feel very, very strong. Because then when you get those things, you're like, yeah, I've got the strong thing. I get a berry every time I get a critter. Oh, that person gets to just get a card every time they play anything, so they always have a full hand. Oh, and then this card lets you discard cards from your hand to get points, so that like completely synergizes. There are so many different synergies in Everdell to play with, and I don't know, I love it. I also love that you can have different turns. That this kind of is the antithesis of Great Western Trail in a way, in that you do want to take non-optimized turns. You don't want to skip any actions. You want to take as many actions as you possibly can, because then you stall out the game and you see what other people are doing. But there is a trade-off, because the slower you are, then the slower you're going to be for chasing for all these different events, right? All these ones that are up here, and especially these ones which are worth a bunch of points, and these spots at the end, which let you drop down your workers and give away cards for points. I don't know. I just want to gush about the game. The production quality is so good. The tree is so fun, even though it's completely stupid and doesn't matter whatsoever. But it's just fun. That's why in Farshore, they just gave you a lighthouse. Why? To separate the draw pile from the discard pile? That's stupid. No, they knew everybody liked the tree. And they're like, okay, you get a lighthouse here. It's the dumbest thing in the world. And the lighthouse is even worse, but it's still fun, right? And so having dumb things, but fun things, that's what board gaming is about. The production quality, everybody loves these squishy berries. Every single person loves the squishy berries that I talk to. The art is great. The limitations are great. The interaction of the cards are really good. What I love in Everdell more than Farshore is that you have a lot more ability to trash your own tableau and to cycle your own tableau. And that's what I friggin' love. You're like, great. I've used these buildings up, time to destroy them and upgrade them into something else. And having that cycle, especially with the limited 15 cards where you're just, oh, it's so tight. Yeah. If you're looking for an expansion, well, you can check out mine and Zach's video about all the different expansions. You don't need the complete collection. I think it is a huge over-bloated box, especially because you can fit everything you need from all the expansions of Everdell into the base box. And that's not a lie. Literally everything you need can get into the base box if you really cram it in there. Zach has it in 2 boxes because one of the boxes is just for all the boards. But you don't need a lot of the boards, honestly. You don't. And being able to pack all that into a travel-sized box is just great because you're going to play it more. But yeah, I love the base game. I love the base game. The base game ranked number 2 on all the expansions. Like, just playing base is fine. New Leaf is my favorite expansion. And honestly, Farshore would stick up there instead of getting a different expansion. I would just get Farshore because I think it shakes it up enough. But we'll talk about that in the review for Farshore. Everdell's amazing. I love this game so much. I will always play it. I will always have a good time. I've played it so much now, and I'm still finding joy in creating the different combos. And I played the base so much as well. And I still find the joy in creating those combos, dealing with what's in front of me, denying cards from the market for other people. Yeah, it's really good. Although I do appreciate that how much content, how much flexibility and shakeup that there is. I think that's great for me because I look forward to continuing to dive into this game and continuing to play and enjoy it. Okay. We're on to number 1. We've been talking about fun games for a very long time. Thank you for coming with me on this ride. I think if you know this channel, you know what the number 1 is going to be. But I just want to say thank you. This has been a lovely way to spend my morning. I have really enjoyed seeing everybody post in the comments what they like, what their own favorite games are for previous sections of the list. There's some that I didn't even get onto the list. Like, people were like, I bet Hansa Teutonica is going to be on there. I forgot to include Hansa is such a great game. There's so many great games out there. I think Hansa might be below on the 60 though, if I had to rank it. I think like Millennium Blades would have come in maybe somewhere, but I need to play it more. I think Run probably should have been in there. That just didn't make the rankings. I think Run is a really fun game. There's some little honorable mentions, shout out. Seasons should probably be on the list somewhere as well. And then I can see really a lot of the games that I played recently at KublaCon making the list, like Galactic Cruise. is probably going to make it up on here at some point. I got a review copy, and I'm excited to play it more. Luthier could make a push, could go either way. Praga Caput Regni was also another one that I played recently that I really, really loved. Yeah, there are so many great games out there, and I just love participating in our hobby, and I love hanging out with you all, and I love hearing your own thoughts too. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been really fun to count through this list. I'll probably do it again sometime when there's some shakeup, but I look forward to continuing to explore and deepen my love for board games, and I hope you do too. But if you want to do that, and you want the #1 game of all time, well, if your tastes align with mine, you can't get any better than Rising Sun. I love Rising Sun. I don't care that it takes 4 to 5 hours to play a game. I don't care. I'll teach anybody Rising Sun. It's so much rising fun. Rising Sun was my #1 game 2 years ago. Rising Sun is still my favorite game of all time, for a variety of reasons. But here's what I always say, and I'm actually going to be succinct with this one, because people say, what's your favorite game? And then I have to tell them people what I like about it. So here's what I like about it. I like that every faction is asymmetric, and that all the factions feel fun. I've done like 4 videos on Rising Sun, so if you want any more Rising Sun content, you can go check them all out. But I love all the factions. They all feel game-breakingly powerful, which is something that I love in a game. You just feel so special, right? Don't you want to feel special? I mean, you're really special to me. You're watching this channel. You should feel really special. Legitimately, if you are watching this channel and you've subscribed. If you're just watching, screw you. I'm just kidding. If you're watching this channel, you are incredibly special and meaningful to me. I hope somebody told you today that you're special. I hope somebody told you today that you're special. Because you are. You really are. I love you. I love you desperately. You fill my life with meaning, and I love that we can share this hobby together. And that's what I also would say to Rising Sun. I love you so much, baby. Baby, I love you so much. Oh, everything. What I love about Rising Sun, everything. Okay, I'm way off track. I'm just so stoked. This is my favorite video to make, you know? It is the epitome of everything that I love, and I just get to gush about things, and I don't have to be devil's advocate. I just tell you to get at everything. Get everything. Well, no, get Rising Sun if you like what I'm about to say. Area control. The asymmetric powers are really, really fun. I love the follow mechanism. You can see this on an upside down board. But on your turn, you will draw 4 of these tiles. You may not have access to the action that you want, which I think is just so good. And then you'll play 1, and you and your ally, because you make formal alliances with these little yin-yangs over here, will take the special version of that action, and everybody else gets to take the regular version of that action. I love the follow mechanism so much. You can control the game. That's my play style, right? I love controlling people. I love controlling what people do. Uh-oh, I've revealed myself. But yeah, it just like gives you such flexibility. The benefits feel great, but they're not overpowered, because you can be stuck without an alliance member as well. So you need to be able to still have good turns if you don't have an alliance member. Especially me, I never have an alliance member. I have an alliance member about one season. I'll get one for 1 season, and that's when I have the most actions, and people just want to benefit from my actions. And so I get like a little extra benefit generally, or people will ally with me and then they'll immediately betray me. Which is fine. It's like part of the game. Rising Sun shines in what I like to describe as over-the-table interaction as well, because you can make deals. There are things happening. But my other favorite part about Rising Sun is the battle mechanism. So you see down here, there are these 4 advantages you can bid on during the war. You're getting coins over the course of the game, and then when you have a battle, you're going to bid on, do I want to kill myself and gain points and honor? Do I want to take one of theirs hostage? Do I want to hire additional mercenaries that I've built up? Or do I want to just get points for everybody who's died? We'll write a beautiful poem about them. This bidding is so interesting and exciting because you do it for every battle, and the losers, all their coins go away. But the winners, all the coins that they spent go to the losers. And so it creates such a great, tight economy that you don't want to overbid. I'm like, no, I don't want to bid a coin here. I don't want to bid my 10 coins. I could win this battle easily and bid 10 coins, but then I'm screwed for the next 5 battles. And so really trying to anticipate and read your opponent's mind and see exactly what they're doing so that you can outbid them by just 1 coin, and bluffing and like reading each other's intentions, or making deals with people being like, listen, I'll let you win this battle, like, but just let me take you hostage and let me kill myself. Okay? Because I can get points by doing that. You can win the battle. And then I also need you to bid 3 coins on this thing so that I can have those 3 coins so that I can beat player C in the next battle. And then saying, okay, we've made that agreement, but was it a real agreement? Or Or was everybody just lying? Like, was I just saying that so that I could bid 1 coin on a thing and win the battle and sweep it out from under you, which can happen? Or are you trusting in this verbal trust fall as you reveal the screens? There's such a tension of, did we tell the truth? Are we working together for this brief period of time? Did we betray each other? And when you do tell the truth, it feels so good. It feels so good that you were able to trust each other in this game of like area control and like lying and deceit. And then when you don't, it's also a huge monumental moment because you're like, I trusted you. Or you're both lying to each other, and then you reveal your screens and you've both put money on Higher Ronin. And then I knew you were lying, and so I put 5 coins. And so I was able to take the battle because I knew you really wanted the battle. And you could have gotten those points if only you would sort of sacrifice yourself. I love the order in which this comes, because if you kill yourself, then you can't be taken hostage as well, which is great. The cards are very fun, and again, when somebody plays the train, everybody gets to buy a card, but you want to time it out for when you have the most money, and you also get a discount for playing the train card, right? People don't like this game because when they play the train cards, everybody's like, ooh, cool monster. I bet that's the only card that's good in this whole set. What? I spent all my money on a monster and you just took it hostage? No! I should be rewarded for my poor play because I like a big shiny toy instead of actually considering the mechanics of the game. If you watch a lot of reviews who put down Rising Sun, that's going to be their #1 complaint. And to those reviewers, I say, you're dumb and get good. Boo friggity hoo. Yes. You didn't play the game correctly, and so you are punished for it. And no, that's not a mark against the game. That's a mark against you and your intelligence. I love this game. I love this game. I'll come for anybody who doesn't love it as much as me, which is probably everybody, because I love it. Right? But the monsters can be so powerful, but you need to have the money to protect those monsters so that you can use their power in battle. Or you need to bluff people into not taking you hostage because they think that you're going to just put money on take hostage, right? That's what I mean in terms of the dynamics and the creation and the deals that can happen over top. There's also some fun area control play about like people swooping in at the last moment. If you and your ally are the only people in a location, then whoever has the highest honor or the most force wins. And so you don't want to be in an alliance some point at the end. You're like, shoot, I need somebody to move into this place so that we can have a battle because only one person wins. I don't want my alliance member to just get a free province. I want me to get a free province. So yes, I'm going to play the recruit mandate and drop an extra person in there and just like eke them out. Man, oh man, it's good. I have videos ranking all the expansions. I have videos ranking all the clans. I have a review of Rising Sun. I have some strategy tips for every clan as well. I think that's it. But boy, oh boy, is this game a friggin' blast. And it's one that I can't wait to play every single time. I love these commies. I love these gods that you can... I know we're looking at the book. I could have just cycled through to get a better... Yurie's friggin' great. Look at these guys. Oh yeah, okay. There we go. This is a right side version of the board. Sorry for making you sit on the opposite side of the table. But I love these commies as well because whenever you summon people, you can choose to summon them up here or onto the board, but you have to make that choice. And so you're investing in either like potential bonuses that can be stolen away or like prepping for battle. It's a masterpiece. It's amazing. It's what makes Eric Lang one of my favorite designers, my favorite designer, because he designed my favorite game. I love it so much, and hopefully a little bit of that passion has come across. So that is it. We have reached the end of the top games of all time. Which of these is your favorite? Which of these do you hate the most, and why is it Dutch Blitz? Thanks for hanging out and participating in my joy for my top 10. And I look forward to many more top 10 games to come. My name is Chris George. I don't have a catchphrase, but I do love these games. And you know what? I love you. But only if you like these games, to be clear. If you don't like even one of them, then I hate your guts. What a turn. Oh, what a horrible turn. It's you know, you do one thing and you say another. You just been Rising Sun, baby.